Hello.
Welcome back.
Here we are. We are in the champions room. Obviously, you know who we are. I'm Alex. That's Jacqueline. And we're here with the guy, the legend already.
Yeah.
New man on campus.
Yeah.
The new man on campus is right with Michael McBroom. Thank you guys for joining us today, this afternoon. And thank you, Michael, for coming in. And you didn't have to go far, obviously. Your office is right around the
Or
corner.
letting us come in.
Letting
Thanks
us
for
come
having
in.
us.
Yeah, letting us come in and chat with you for a little while and giving Lumberjack Nation an opportunity to meet you and kind of get to know you a little bit and then hear about maybe some potential plans and what you have in mind for SFA athletics.
Well, it's great to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity. I've heard something. I'm a little terrified.
Oh,
to be
God.
honest.
What have you heard
well,
about
that's
us?
what
I'm
I
not sure what the next,
Whatever
however long
Kyle
we're
Keller told you, it's a lie.
here for. No, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
We
excited.
are
It's good to be here.
excited too. So give us just a little background on yourself. I know Alex got to meet you at your welcome reception, and some people may know a little, but for
Yeah.
those of us who
The quick rundown.
pleasure.
Yeah. Give us the cliff notes.
All right.
Yeah.
I grew up in Dallas, Lake Highlands High School. If anybody's there in Dallas, old school Wildcat. Went to school at SMU. Left Texas for a few years, not in athletics, just in the private sector. Made it back to Texas in '99 and started working at West Texas A&M in athletics.
Okay.
I was there 24 years before I decided, man, there's something special that could be happening at Stephen F. Austin. So I decided to take the plunge and move myself to here. And I have an amazing wife and 4 kids. They'll be here in August, at least. Well, I have 2 older kids in college. So, but my 2 younger kids and Angie will be here moving in August.
Okay.
And but already, like, we love SFA and the people. I'm preaching to the choir, I know.
Okay.
And Nacogdoches. It really felt like home from the start. So happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of that actually is a natural lead into the kind of one of the first questions is, during your introductory event that I was able to go to, I know Jacqueline had work, she wanted to be there, but you mentioned that you had no idea that you would be taking another job after you've been at West Texas A&M for so long. Like you kind of felt like that was your end all be all. What led to that decision to apply and eventually come here to SFA?
Well, first was, familiarity with Dr. Weaver.
Yeah.
A new president. He's an incredible leader and communicator and has a vision for where he likes to take universities. And, we worked together at West Texas. That'd been a decade ago. And he was VP of advancement back then. So the first interest was the opportunity to work with him. And then when I started doing the research on SFA and athletics and, the potential, I'm driven by challenge and opportunity. And if you can get the challenges and opportunities to align with your skill set, then maybe, something special can happen. And it didn't take me very long at all to say, wow, this is a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
I use the word iconic. It is.
It's iconic.
we love that. Right?
Okay.
I mean, when you take the things like Lumberjack, the Lumberjack nickname is like, that's iconic and cool.
Mm-hmm.
SFA has an incredible brand in Texas, and then it's in Nacogdoches, which oldest town in Texas, which is iconic. I mean, it all fit, and it kind of jams with me a little bit.
Does it?
And
Yeah.
It's awesome. And I thought, let's go do something else and have fun. And if we can leave a mark on another institution in a positive manner over the next 10, 15 years, however long I'm blessed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know.
No,
That's
not
not
Not yet.
not 10 minutes.
That's-
No, yeah.
Jury's
I mean-
still out. We won't cut you yet.
Okay.
Yeah. We won't
So
bench
Napier
you. We won't
College
bench you yet.
Athletics, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it just felt right. It felt like this is where we were
Yeah.
called to be.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that you came here. It was like during a showcase Saturday
That's what I was gonna ask
Yeah.
about.
or something.
Yeah.
And kind of
Incognito.
incognito. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. I want to hear a little about that.
Yeah, I spent the night in Tyler,
Uh-huh.
and because I spent the night in Tyler so I could drive down. I'd been in Dallas.
You were doing full incognito.
I was.
Yeah.
So I put on I had light blue shirt on. I had a hat pulled down low.
Yeah.
Parked over by the student center. I
Mm-hmm.
just got out and started walking campus and was like, I went through the student center and thought, wow, this is definitely designed for students, and
Absolutely, yeah.
and then walked through campus, and I think I called my wife and was like, this place is gorgeous. I ended up over by, what do we call it? Is it Surfing
Steve.
Steve,
Yeah.
which I didn't know that was the name at the time, but I
Yeah.
thought that
Now
was
you
pretty
do.
Now
cool.
you know.
Now
Now
you
I
do.
know.
Yeah.
And then I walked through right over there, sorry, we're in the champions room. We're looking
In
out
the
over
field
football-
house.
in the
Yeah.
field house.
Most of the people that are watching, I'm sure, are SFA alums and or fans, so they know exactly
Yeah.
where they're
So,
pointing.
I
Yeah.
came across over by the pond over there, and they came in. There was a track meet they were putting on. I stood right over in that corner, and I just was looking at the football stadium and the
Mhm.
opportunities I saw here, like
Yeah.
updates and things that could happen,
Oh yeah.
and then I went back the other way, went back to the car, and then started driving around the town and
hmm
neighborhoods and schools and churches and things like that, and just it felt great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a great segue into the other question we had.
It is.
We want to know. You've been here about what, a month-ish?
Yeah, about 5 weeks.
Yeah, okay.
May
So
15th.
super important question. I know a lot of people are probably going to want to know this. What's your favorite place to eat in Nacogdoches so far?
Oh,
And there's only a few right answers. No, I'm kidding.
We have a whole Google Doc that we can share with you of options.
The best places to
okay.
eat. in Nacogdoches.
Okay, so I need the doc.
Yeah, we can share that with
I've
you.
been asking
Got a Google Doc for everything.
I've been asking our athletes, what they like as well as recommendations. Knack
Awesome.
Burger
Yes.
is a very big favorite among the
Mhm.
athletes. I have not gone to Knack Burger yet.
Okay.
I've tried. It was closed when I went. But where I've been that I like, so the Cafe at the Fredonia is awesome.
Excellent.
Good choice. Yes.
Brendan's Barbecue.
Also,
Yep, we are
yeah,
big fans of
big,
Brendan.
I mean,
big
that's-
fans of Brendan.
yeah,
Shout out to
Okay,
Brendan.
all right, so we're aligned so far.
Yes.
There's barbecue place up on the North Loop I've been, which is I can't remember the name, so Cece's okay.
Stacey's, yeah.
Where else have I been? Antipastas.
Yeah. Check. You're doing great. Check.
Napoli's is another good Italian place.
I haven't been to Napoli's yet,
Their
but that's
pizza is
I've
Pizza's
heard
the
the
best.
pizza.
Pizza's
I've
the
heard
best.
pizza's
best
great.
pizza in town.
Best pizza in town.
The food trucks at the Fredonia.
Oh, yeah.
Brewery, those
Always
are
good.
always
Fredonia Brewery's great.
Yeah.
But we always give a little nod for the brewery.
Yeah, the burger at Nine Flags is good.
Oh, that's
as
probably
well.
one of my favorite burgers, other than Knack Burger, is the burger at Knack.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I've got to try this. Butcher Boys, the burger. at
Absolutely.
Butcher Boys is great.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
That's
you
about-
you hit the main ones.
So there we
Absolutely.
go. So
Yeah.
that's what I've done so far. But I
For
haven't-
5 weeks, that's pretty good.
I need your list.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
give it
Need
to
your
you.
list.
Most of those were already on the list, but there's a few that you can definitely add to your rotation for sure.
I
Yeah.
went to was it
Let me see it.
is it Ray's Drive-In
Oh.
in Lufkin?
Oh yes,
That's
that is.
like an old school
Yeah.
staple.
You mentioned iconic. That is iconic.
Ray's
Yeah.
Drive-In in
Yeah.
Lufkin was something else.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's
too.
an experience.
If Ray's was in Nacogdoches, they probably would win. No offense to Knack Burger, but like that's
Yeah.
burger. Yeah, it's just
But
classic.
yeah, we'll share the Google Doc. And
Yeah.
one of our favorite things about NAC, and I think this kind of plays into some of the things you mentioned that drew you here, is there are just so many individual restaurants. It's not a lot of chain restaurants.
Yeah.
It's lots of small local businesses, mom and pop type stuff.
And that's what I
they're
love.
just all so unique and great.
Yeah,
And the people make it even better, you know?
yeah, absolutely.
I love
Yeah.
locally owned
Yeah.
restaurants, businesses.
We have-
I just believe at one part of my life I worked in restaurant and retail, and
Uh-huh.
I know how hard those
Oh, yeah.
owners work, and it's if you can, and not that franchise I'm not saying
Right, they have a
franchisees,
stake,
everybody's
yeah.
working hard,
Yeah.
but just those locally owned, I kind of skew to those.
Yeah, and you
Makes-
mentioned that
makes
as
the
well.
community.
Yeah, you mentioned that as well as in your introductory thing, and I feel like a lot of the people that were in that little speech meeting area, a lot of those were local business owners as well, and I feel like that really resonated with them. And especially, I mean, for myself, working at a local business at the brewery, Jacqueline also works at the brewery in her spare time. I think kind of hearing that was a breath of fresh air. Just having someone who's very much locally minded and driven and wants to help the local economy and tourism. That's something that hasn't really been discussed before, not because it wasn't important, it just wasn't something that was highlighted.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important for people to hear.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's an important thing to tap into because you want all of the community to feel that they can be involved in some way with athletics and make some sort of impact, no matter how small it is.
Yeah.
Well, when we're all working together,
Yeah.
towards a common thing, really good, big things can happen. But keeping money local, keeping money in NAC. If you can't keep it in NAC, keep it in East Texas. It should just like be that way. And if we can have a positive economic impact where we live through, more games here. I know we've got another hotel or two that are being built. Like we want to get those properties out to our competitors. Like, please stay here.
Right.
Like it all helps. And so
Yeah.
it's important to me to continue to invest in the community, because the community invests so much in SFA.
Oh,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
But SFA is an important part of the economic driver for East Texas and Nacogdoches, and we have to be mindful of that and do our part to keep business here as well.
For sure. So yeah, I guess since that, again, you're doing great at leading into questions that we've already kind of wrote down.
Right
You're segueing right in.
Okay.
It's almost like you've done this before.
Once, not with you guys.
No, like you've had interviews before, clearly. So yeah, elephant in the room. Let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, because I feel like what you just said really kind of, in my head, led to the big decision, which was obviously changing conferences from the WAC and moving back to the South End Conference, officially effective on July 1st. I guess just explain to everybody listening, which we have a nice amount of people this afternoon, 44 people listening. Yeah, and I'm sure more will log in, and a lot of people watch later too, because it's during the workday. So, but yeah, so kind of explain to the listeners and Jack Nation kind of what those factors were, the motivating factors that led to that decision.
Well, I think you have to start from just the business standpoint, right? If you look at our demographics, I've said this a few times, so sorry if I'm repetitive, but if you look where we recruit our general student body, is the state of Texas and Western Louisiana primarily, and by primarily I mean the large majority. When you look at where our alumni live, and there's 119,000 living alumni, they're primarily between I-35 in Texas and Western Louisiana. And then, so if you're drawing your new students from that area, and history shows that when those students leave SFA, they're going to remain in the area. Usually by 80% or so. Then if athletics is driving a ton of eyeballs, athletics in general drives interest in the university, and people follow schools. So if athletics is doing that for the university, then from a business standpoint, you want to conduct the majority of your business in your primary market.
Totally.
We are not, if you look at where we recruit students from, we're not recruiting students from Arizona, California, Washington, Utah. We're not drawing those students into Nacogdoches, but we are drawing a lot of students from Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Louisiana. So you want to play in that market, and you want to continue to build your brand and grow market share. The university has lost market share from the standpoint of the number of students attending. Enrollment's been declining. So we're losing market share in a demographic that's also declining. The 18 to 30-year-old demographic is declining. So you have fewer traditional undergraduate students on this enrollment cliff. But if your primary vehicle to generate interest in the university is play outside of the market, and while you're losing your customer base, you have to do some things to spin that the other way. Right? Yeah. So that's the first thing is, and that's what the president challenged me. Was where should we be playing?
Right.
So athletics is regional, and you should play in your market. If we had a national brand and we're recruiting nationally, it's probably a different conversation. Now that's not saying that someday down the road we won't.
Right, but at this moment in time.
We have to draw. You have to recruit students from here. We also recruit the majority of our student athletes from the same area. So so the next level is, our parents of our athletes. They want to be able to see their sons and daughters play, and financially, it's a burden to go out.
And for fans, and alumni who want to support, that's a big factor too. Because when the guys are on the road, guys and girls, all are athletes, and it's several states away on Thursday night or something, that's just not
It's hard.
feasible.
It's
I
hard.
mean,
There's
for us.
going to be little to no purple in the stands.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're playing at 7:00
Yeah.
California time, even the chance
Don't get my dad started on that.
just
Yeah.
a chance to
It's
turn
too
it
late.
Yeah.
a basketball
Yeah.
game at 7:00 in California at 9:30 here. You
The
do
viewership,
lose
You're
eyeballs.
going to be up till almost midnight watching.
Yeah. The
You lose
viewership
eyeballs.
is going to be very, very low.
So, those
Yeah.
are some of the reasons on why to look. Obviously, the
Right.
ever-changing nature in college athletics and conference alignment, that you
It's
can never
been-
guess that.
Right.
No.
But if you have the desire, then you also have to have the opportunity.
Mm.
And we had reached out to see if there were any other opportunities, and one opportunity presented that we felt was a pretty good choice for us to do, and that was the Southland Conference. And
Mm-hmm.
we had a short window of time to make a decision, but because of the business factors, the opportunity being there,
Yeah.
we decided to make that change. And the Southland Conference is a way different league than it was when SFA left.
Yeah. We've been thinking about that and talking about that with a lot of fans and alumni recently, because the same kind of issues or concerns, I guess, came up. Was it's the same old Southland? It's the same old Southland, and I was like, I don't think it is. I truly don't. I mean, after talking with Chris Grant
Yep.
when they were here a few weeks ago, I mean, that was in itself amazing to have pretty much the entire executive board, if you will, of the Southland Conference just hanging out locally at the brewery and talking and investing time and money into us was really, really cool. Made a lot of connections that night. A lot of people did. So I think it was really nice.
Well, 100%.
Yeah.
And as we continue to, jump into this conference, which we will officially July 1st.
Yeah.
But, you've got a conference now that has a chief branding officer. They've got a definite dedication to social media.
Yeah.
Broadcast opportunities. Men's basketball is scheduled on a Monday night for a reason.
Exactly. There's no other games on Monday night.
Which is, it's, I mean,
yeah.
when you have a league that decides to do that for the right reason, to increase brand awareness and exposure for your teams and your athletes, I mean, that's a commissioner and a staff and presidents who are thinking ahead. I was on my very first athletic directors meeting last week.
Oh, okay, nice.
Representing SFA, and what I heard on that meeting, was very different than what some of our fans believe. I know it was previously, but you've got ADs on that call talking about scheduling strategies so that we can become a 2-bid league in the NCAA championships.
Yeah.
Okay, that's if the ADs are talking about it and scheduling, then
It's amazing.
and the conference office is working on schedules to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
That tells me that we are aligned.
Mm-hmm.
SFA is aligned with that mission, and so it is a good place for us to be. And the numbers, it's a stable foundation. Again, in the world of college athletics, if you can somehow achieve a measure of stability with where you play, you can spend more time working on getting better here on campus and in Nacogdoches, and that's that played into it as well.
Yes, that's one of my main sticking points I've been bringing up. But I'm glad that you recapped all the business reasons that this is the right choice, because I think that's important for people to hear and understand. And I'm really excited to hear all the stuff about the new Southland changes, and Alex made connections with a lot of them, and some of them have offered to come on, so y'all just stay tuned. We'll have them on and give y'all more info on that. But yeah, like you said, that's such a strain on the student athletes that I can't imagine. And of course, no one asked me for my opinion, but from the beginning, I was like, a 1-bid league is a 1-bid league. So at that point, I didn't see that there was that much of a change. And then we have the student athletes who, at the end of the day, they're student athletes.
Right.
So the student part has to come first, and they're, on the road for a whole week, and that makes it really hard in the classroom. And we've both taught college, and we know the strenuous pressure that puts on them. It's hard enough with their schedules to keep up in the classroom, and then if they're completely out of the state for
2 weeks traveling, or more,
it's just not easy.
I agree.
Yeah,
you're right. And
we're optimal.
Yeah, no,
not even optimal is probably
is
is a good thing. But the other thing is, like, that plays into that is now you can go play 3-4 hours away from campus.
Yeah. Be back home same night.
And also have it feel almost like a home game because of the support.
Yeah,
we
you can have fans travel.
Because when we were still in the Southland, even when I was living in Tyler, I mean, if the game's less than 4 hours away,
we're gonna go.
We're gonna go.
We're gonna go.
We're gonna be there. We'll get home. I'll get home at 2 a.m. Whatever.
Yeah,
it's doable.
Well, like I've already been talking with cheer and dance. They haven't been able to travel to games.
Right.
Now they're going to go to 4 road football games this year.
Yeah,
that's great.
Well, the same thing with band.
Yep.
Yeah.
The marching band is a huge part of the, kind of college football game atmosphere. And I mean, other than them being at home and then us going down to when we had the Sam Houston Battle of Pine Woods game, I mean, there was no away games for them to attend, really. So,
and if you can put your band on the road and
your cheer
and go and just make it into bed and you can tailgate and
that, yes.
I mean,
SFA loves tailgating. If you haven't learned that yet, you'll find out.
We can have a game, but we'll win every tailgate, right, guys? And gals, yeah. We will never lose the tailgate. That is so true. Yeah. So Jacqueline's right. I'm so glad you talked about the business end, but also thinking about the local mindset, and then also focusing on there's a lot of facilities here on campus that, man, they could use a little bit of polish and shine.
Just a few. Yeah.
Just a few.
Yeah.
That haven't really seen much attention in a long time. And I think it's probably time. It's beyond time.
It is. I mean, we've got to put a facilities plan together.
Absolutely.
We're in the process of doing that.
It takes money.
It
takes money. We
takes
know that.
Location money and all the things.
All of that.
We've got to get baseball and softball on campus.
That's, yes, close.
That's definitely.
Yeah, and if not on campus, then in updated facilities wherever that may be. But ideally, it's on campus. But the city's not even where they are now.
Right.
Is not far from campus.
It's not.
But it's not
a great
it's not college level. It's not a great representation of SFA or the brand. It's not. It's definitely not the experience I want our students in those sports to have.
Right.
And it doesn't help draw perspective.
No.
Student athletes.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But football is another one. I mean, what a beautiful place to watch a football game, but we need to update it. And this field house, it doesn't really meet the needs of how we run as a department today or will in the next 5 to 10 years, and the needs we have from sports medicine and team meeting space and office and all the things. So all of those needs are going to be put down on a piece of paper, and we'll start to flesh them out. But we definitely do need to do some updating. But with that being said, you guys know basketball is in great shape.
Basketball is doing pretty good.
Shelton Gym's awesome.
We love
it's so cool.
Have you been to a volleyball game yet?
Not yet, but
it is the best atmosphere you will.
The pressure cooker is insane. So I don't know if it could be doable, but we used to have a throwback game for basketball in the Shelton Gym, because that's where they used to play.
It was usually the game that was like before the Coliseum was built. They played in Shelton.
Okay.
I can tell you all kind of stories about Shelton after the podcast, just because this is minutia I don't care about. But yeah, they used to play in there, and I think the last throwback game we had was a few years ago. It's usually near my birthday because it's like the game right before Christmas break. And so they aren't expecting as many fans and students aren't on campus, so it can accommodate the crowd, and they would wear like old throwback jerseys and play in Shelton. It was really neat.
It was
short shorts.
Not the short shorts. I don't think that.
I mean, if that's, I don't know if that's possible, but but I think it was just really a really interesting experience, especially for the community members and those who have been around for a while who can remember
the ones like my dad who have watched basketball games.
Cool. And throwback game. That's something that we've been asking for a while, like throwback jerseys, throwback game. People just love nostalgia.
They do. I do as well when it's done right.
Exactly. No, I've heard a little birdie tell me that you really love like rock music, like 70s.
I like all music. But,
Who's your favorite rock band
of all time?
Yeah, all time.
U2.
U2?
Okay. Like
U2. You should have seen them in the Sphere.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
We're jealous.
Now very jealous of that. Yeah.
No, but you know what classic rock band actually played in Shelton? Chicago.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. There used to be.
SFA used to have
Shelton?
big concerts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then,
back when Shelton had like full out bleachers.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like in the
Wow,
late
that's-
60s or early 70s.
Yeah.
And my mom saw the Doobie Brothers
Yes.
in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
My
Coliseum.
parents
I
did.
heard about the Doobies in the Coliseum.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
There have been some amazing concerts at the Coliseum. Amazing.
So I know that's not your area, but maybe we can
No, but
refresh
live-
that.
live-
But see, but
music
that
is
all
my
works.
thing.
Yeah, but that all works
It's your
with
facilities.
community.
Yeah.
Community
Yeah.
relations and involvement. And the most recent one we had with Midland with Bonita Creek, like that was something that felt like we haven't had that in so long,
Yeah.
and it was a very much like a team,
I
all
heard that
community
was
coming
cool.
together. It was
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah. So
And
I
But yes,
learned
Don Henley
Don
went
Henley
to SFA.
went
He
to
didn't
SFA.
graduate from SFA.
it was
But
like
he's
2
not-
years. Same
But he's
thing.
an East Texas guy.
Yeah. Same with
Yeah,
Willie.
he's from like near Tyler area. I can't remember where.
The Eagle, I saw the Eagles live. I'd love to see him again.
Oh, I would love to
them
see the
live.
Eagles too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're such classic rock girls. as
We're
well.
old souls.
We
can
are,
say,
yeah.
'cause of our parents.
Our parents definitely helped us.
Yep.
Yeah, that actually, again, good segues. One of the questions that we had wrote was about like you're writing to Santa your Christmas list, your SFA Athletics Christmas list. So like, what's on it? For this year, 2024.
And that may have to-
SFA Santa?
Yeah, like SFA Athletics Christmas list. You're writing it down so that you could send it off to Santa.
And
Like
that's
what-
maybe some of the things on your facilities plan, which I'm sure is still. in
Yeah,
works,
or, you
but
know,
just top of the
it
head.
could be reach for the stars.
For 2024 SFA Christmas. So that's by December 25th of this year.
Yeah.
A location for baseball and softball.
Okay.
Like nailed down where it's going to be.
Nail down where it's going to be.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's hard. There's so much.
I know.
That's two good top things.
That's
though.
really good.
They're
Though.
So,
much
get that
needed.
location nailed
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
And working on a plan for the field house.
Yeah.
in football.
Okay.
Yeah, the field house does. I will say I hadn't. Not that anything looks bad in here. I'm not saying that, so nobody get offended.
Well,
but like
but-
I've been in and out of this field house
A while.
over 20 years, and it
Looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
it needs updating.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just does.
It does.
It
And
doesn't-
everybody knows that. It's not,
Yeah.
this is not like a secret. Yeah. That
I
we're
think
trying to
the
hide.
football side, the football offices are functional.
Oh,
But the
for
rest of the space,
Yeah.
like the training room is too small for the size of athletic department we are.
Mhm.
The track coaches are they have offices in the top floor of the press box right now because we don't have office space for them here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so we're making do.
Mhm.
yeah. And some people use office in the Coliseum because they're
Right.
running up here.
So
Yeah.
I think we'd be further along on the facilities. We'll have some answers on facilities. So that's on the Christmas list.
Okay.
And, you know, we need the staff that we have
Mhm.
here is amazing. I know you guys know.
We know.
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
But like the administrative staff that's here, we need some more support positions in there, marketing and student engagement, all those things. But I'd like to have that fleshed out. But probably the biggest thing is that students, we get those plans, but I really want students and faculty and staff to understand that I want us to be able to give them a great experience at the games,
Yeah.
but that we also understand in athletics that we're a part of a broader university
Mhm.
and that we are here to do our part to help grow enrollment, grow engagement with alumni, give people, you know, again, a great experience.
Mhm.
But we want to be a part of getting enrollment back to that 14,000 level, because when you do that, I mean, again, you go back to everything, the things we've talked about,
Yeah.
economic impact on Nacogdoches, economic impact on campus, the ability to do new things and renovate new things. It's tough to do when enrollment is declining.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But as, you know,
absolutely.
if we can be a part of, you know, showcasing colleges and, you know, having, you know, a great environment where we're inviting not just student athletes, but all, you know, prospective students to come to a game and have a great
Yeah.
time, we can help showcase the university. So by December, I want those things.
I think that's a pretty good.
That's a good start.
That's a good purple Santa Christmas list.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that.
We've already done a few things pretty good in the first month. I think. At least got us on
Give
the
us the
track.
rundown.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got the conference deal. We're,
Yeah,
you know, we've
yeah.
got the baseball coach and,
Don't let me.
Just if there's anything that we or anyone has.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dennis. Yeah. He wanted to know about facilities. Dennis, Michael's answering that. So don't worry. He said, we found the right guy. Axe and Dex. That's
Oh,
what Dennis
there we
said.
go. There we
Yeah.
go.
And then Sean, just having a
That's
theme
it.
night
Thank you,
would make it
Bethany.
even better for student engagement. A theme night. Yeah.
Theme night.
Oh,
Give me-
we've got
We've
we've
talked
got
right
lots
under-
of thoughts on that.
That's from
because
Sean, yeah.
I think there are like two separate groups that come up with the themes for theme night, and it doesn't seem that they're communicating. So there's always lots of
There's disconnect.
confusion and disconnect about what the theme night is. And I usually find out what the theme night is when I'm already driving here, and I'm like, well,
Okay.
I'm
So is
here in
that
what
for
I'm
like
wearing.
any event? Football, basketball, whatever?
Mostly the basketball.
Mostly
games is
basketball,
what
but
I'm-
honestly,
yeah,
anything. I
but
mean, it could
anything,
be, purple out or white out or black out for football.
Well, since you guys are like 70s
Yeah.
rock fans,
Yeah.
I heard we had a promotion idea yesterday. I think we have a home game on September 21st.
Oh,
So the Earth, Wind, and
Earth,
Fire.
Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, September.
That would be so great.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, so like to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That would hit
So-
well.
So you're the focus group.
Yeah,
That would be
no.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna take the lead. Now you don't
We'll
have
take
it.
the
Yeah.
lead on anything.
I'll take, well,
No.
Whatever
whatever.
opinions y'all
Yeah.
want to take that we give,
Yeah.
we'll take the
Wait,
lead
what
on.
is it?
We
It's
have lots of them.
June-
I mean,
It's June 21st
yeah.
today, so it's 3 months away.
Yeah.
So now you know.
No, well, Jacqueline has plenty of time now to find an outfit.
There you go. You
Next
heard
time
it
we
here
nail it
first,
down.
September 21st.
No, I think it's that. I mean, anything themed like that, though, it does help not only student engagement, but also community engagement too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And it's something that we don't need to have big flashy, things. And then
So I want our
Yeah.
football games and basketball games to be a party.
I mean, I want a party
Yeah.
too. I'm just saying,
But you
like,
can't.
yeah.
You can't have a party without music.
for sure.
And I'm so grateful that the university yesterday said they would help us replace the sound system.
Oh, good, because that sound system
Excellent.
was on it.
Right. So there's some news that nobody
Because they
knows.
used
Nobody
to
knows
do-
that, so that's good.
It was probably like 2 or 3 seasons ago, I guess, that they stopped. They used to do these little segments during the game. I don't even remember what they were called, where they would ask the guys a question, but it was some play on words with axe, and they would, or the girls, whoever's playing. They would have a little segment where they would ask them a funny question, and all the guys would have to answer, and they would play it up on the screen. And the sound quality was so bad that you couldn't even hear what they were saying.
Sound in an
yeah.
outdoor stadium can be tough, especially with old equipment.
I mean,
but
last year, there was a game where none of the speakers worked.
I've
So
heard.
yeah, I'm sure you heard all about this. And so
I've
our
heard.
yeah, Danny Merrill had to go on this field and with a microphone.
And some portable speakers.
It's a portable speaker.
I mean, that's probably.
I mean,
But if it's got to be
You know?
anybody, Danny Merrill's.
Oh
name.
yeah, and he had literally had his papers and he was flipping through it. He's a trooper. He got through it.
Hey,
until
you gotta
the
try and
speakers-
solve the problem as
Yeah.
best you can.
He is a star and he was totally fine with it and he rocked through it. But man, it was rough. Nobody could hear any of the plays or anything happening.
Well, hopefully we get the new sound system in before the start of the year.
Yeah,
and
that'd
we
be
don't have
great.
any issues. We can play tunes.
That would be great. But that's obviously on the Purple Santa list, but that'll be done before.
Yeah.
That'll be done before football season.
Yeah.
That's great.
We
Yeah.
need one for the Coliseum as well.
Yeah, like, I don't know what the deal
Do we?
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's where I was talking about the segment where you couldn't understand
Oh,
what
that was
they were
there.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
It's like
that
the
was
sound
just,
quality. Or I
yeah.
don't know if it was sound quality they used when they recorded the things. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but it was
We'll have
not
to
good.
look into that.
Yeah.
Just
It's just fun little stuff
just
like that.
throw
I
little
think is so
tidbits
great.
out there.
But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't hear them.
If you can't execute it, don't do it.
Yeah. That's such a
Great
great motto there. That's such a great motto. Okay, yeah. So we've talked about the Southland Conference. We've talked about that. The move and kind of the motivating factors. But you've come to us with, if I can say it, one hell of a resume. I mean, granted, SFA isn't West Texas A&M, but a lot of the things that you've done there and were successful doing, you had 9 national championships, you had nearly over $100 million in investments and stuff like that. Are there some of the strategies that worked there? I know we're not the same level and same school, but surely there are some things
But
that
yeah, it's the same strategy.
Okay, yeah.
You want to. I don't like to lose, so.
Oh, good. Neither do I.
Yeah, neither do we.
Yeah, not big on losing.
No, it's the same. Like
Yeah.
you want to give people a good time.
Absolutely.
I mean, our fans will help us win games here. I mean, that's just it. And you want to hire good people who are in it for the right reasons. And so we have tons of great people around here who are in it for the right reasons.
Uh-huh.
But it's, great student athletes come to a place for, opportunity and coaches, facilities, all the things.
Right.
I mean, it's not rocket science what we do, but you have to stay very disciplined in what your priorities are going to be and not get sidetracked. So that's probably the biggest thing for me is I have 5 things that I focus on and I don't ever waver from that. And it's facilities, it's student athlete experience, it's, the game experience, which leads into, revenue growth. You have to have revenue to do what we do.
Right.
And if we stay focused on the things that will make a difference on the bottom line and wins and losses and development of facilities and don't get sidetracked with all the stuff, we're going to do the same thing here. West Texas was successful not because of me, but we stayed focused to those goals. Had a president that understood the value of athletics and allowed us to invest and create opportunities to invest. We have that here.
Right.
I had the ability to hire really good people and retain them. I have that ability here.
That's important. Yeah.
But the key is to stay focused and not get distracted with all the other stuff that goes on in college athletics. We had a staff meeting today, and we were talking a little bit about facilities and the opponents and what other people have. And I don't mind saying it to this group. I honestly don't care what other people in the conference have or are doing.
Yeah.
I only really care about SFA and what we're doing to get better every day. And I want to be the one who is chased and admired and not be the one who's chasing. So I'm wired that way.
I love that.
So, people talk to me like, so-and-so has this, or this school has that. I just want us to be the best we can possibly be.
Yeah.
And if we stay focused on that, everything else takes care of itself. So, baseball and softball facilities don't reflect the emphasis on the experience and first class experience.
Right at the level that we want to.
So we got to fix that. I don't really care what the other schools have. I just know that we have to fix that.
Right.
Yeah.
And to work on the things that make us better on a daily basis.
Yeah, because if you're so busy looking around at what everybody else is doing, you're missing what's happening here in front of us.
Yeah, you don't want to lower the bar based off what someone else is doing, or raise it too high if we're not ready to move up to a certain point yet.
That's right.
Oh gosh, yeah.
What defines us?
Right.
And so let's elevate that.
I think that's a great point to make.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Someone's Dennis, bring back Lumberjack Alley. Explain him what Lumberjack Alley.
Lumberjack Alley, like we said, we never lose a tailgate. So this is how, whenever I was a child growing up, this is how tailgating happened at SFA. So the commuter lot that's right over here to our left.
Oh, yeah.
They would literally just mark it off. Everybody would park there, pull up their smoker or whatever, and everyone would stand out and walk around in the parking lot from tent to tent, truck to truck, drink, eat, visit, whatever.
Yes.
I think at a certain point there became a concern that people weren't leaving Lumberjack Alley to come to the game.
Yeah.
So now they do like the green areas around
the pond,
around the field, which I mean, I do think is cool because, to be fair, that's what a lot of the larger universities do. Like my younger brother went to A&M, and that's how they do all their games. But Lumberjack Alley was cool, so I don't know. I'm torn.
Yeah. I do like that Axum Acres has moved locations from in the parking lot over here.
That's news.
Right. Some people don't know that. Some people do. That Axum Acres is moving from that parking lot by Steen over to where next to the alumni parking lot, which I think is a great move.
That's better because that was too far away.
That was
just that far, but
right.
And it's going to be we're partnering with the Alumni Association to have one big party instead of two small ones.
Which
so
makes
it's going to be one
so much more sense.
Yeah.
we're on board with that.
Share music and because we already have, and plus we're on the board, so we already have such a great alumni setup over there. The only thing is, so many people obviously they want to come in, but you have to be an alum, or you have to be a life member, or you have to pay whatever the amount is to get in. And some people obviously don't want to do that, and that's fine. But having that right next door would be a great option for people to still engage and have a cool little tailgate experience. Yeah.
But quick plug for the Alumni Association. You should become a life member.
Yeah.
It is totally worth it. The food is great. It's in the shade. They have TVs up. So if there's any other games on at the same time, you can watch it.
Very true.
Visit with people, listen to music.
Couple of questions from the fans that are watching. One, what's your favorite concession stand food?
Ooh, right here? I haven't
Or just in general. In general.
Because we do need to up some of the concession offerings that we have here in the Coliseum. I'll come back to that. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm old. I mean, I love a good hot dog and I love nachos.
Just internally.
I'm such a picky eater. I don't do the fake nacho cheese
I
and
can't
I
do
don't
that.
do
No,
hot
no.
dogs.
I don't like
The
fake-
hot dog.
I want
The
real
hot-
queso, man.
Yeah, I don't like the fake nacho cheese.
So for me, I feel like we need more options that are actual good food, because if I'm driving, 3 hours in a day, when I get here, I'm starving. And then if my only option is like a hot dog or popcorn,
like
I'm
a grilled chicken.
Let's
gonna
take
be
let's take the
hangry.
first three suggestions right here. What's the best? What do they want? What do
Yeah,
the fans want?
Corey. What do you want, Corey?
Put it through here.
Put it through here.
What do you
And
want?
then
What's
we'll
the
keep-
best?
some type of pizza
Yeah.
option would be easy. Another thing that my parents and I have talked about is, why don't we allow some of the food trucks in NAC to pull up to the front of the Coliseum on game nights? I don't understand. I mean, I think that would be awesome. People love them at
Yeah.
the brewery, and
Yeah.
I'll eat
Yeah.
at any food truck. I mean, if they're gonna have food in there anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure that.
I mean, there's 80 plus people watching this. Put some
contractual
comments in there. What are some
obligation
food you want to see in the
Chartwell's.
concession
with-
stand?
Yeah.
Chartwell's, yeah.
But
While they're
Charles needs to step it up. If all they're gonna have is a hot dog for me, then I'll get something else.
yeah.
What do we want?
That's about it. So I usually am either hangry
Well, that's a
or I sneak
basketball.
food in.
I don't
in
know
my
what-
purse.
Let's see. What did Corey say? Food trucks won't come. That's what he said.
Well, they would come if they were allowed.
But they are. I think that's what he's saying.
I don't think
They were
allowed.
asked last season
Hmm.
because he told me that. Anyway, another question was about neutral site football games. So obviously, in the past, we had Battle of Piney Woods down in Houston at NRG. One of the questions on there from Kent, one of our alums, he was saying that he would love, he doesn't obviously have to be this season because that's already kind of taken, to see another neutral site football game down the road. Obviously, it doesn't have to be at a place like NRG, but a neutral site football game somewhere in, Houston or Dallas, San Antonio, kind of hit on some of our alumni market.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great event.
It was a great event, great engagement.
Yeah.
Obviously, the only hard part is there's a lot of people who come from out of town, and it was like they had to choose. It was like, do I go to the NRG football game and spend money that weekend, or do I go to homecoming at SFA? That's what we heard from a lot of alums. It was like they had to pick and choose. Like they couldn't really do both. They had to do one or the other. So that's the only hard part about going back to that sort of large scale neutral site game.
Yeah.
But
Well, so Coach Carpel and I have talked about
Yeah.
some options and neutral site games, and if it makes sense for us, then we would certainly
absolutely.
consider. I don't want to necessarily lose a home game.
No,
Again, 'cause it
see,
goes
that's the
back-
hard part.
It goes back to impact on campus
Yeah.
and community. When we go play at NRG, if that's supposed to be a home game for us, then we're
Yeah.
driving some revenue away.
Yeah, and that's the hard
So I think
part.
we have to be aware of that. But if it was, and originally supposed to be an away game for us,
Yeah.
and we could move it to NRG or the Star in Frisco or
Yeah.
Choctaw, one of those, that could make sense.
Now you're speaking.
Alex is thinking about the steak dinner she had at Choctaw right
I'm
now.
thinking about the casino. Oh my God. Yeah. No, I'm thinking about the casino at Choctaw. But no, yeah. And I mean, I will say going down to NRG for the past 10 years, 11 years, however long it was fun. Obviously the games weren't great.
Yeah, the games were never great.
But that's okay. A lot of people still went, enjoyed the tailgating aspect of it,
Sure.
the camaraderie of it, the majesty of it, the fact we were playing in an NFL stadium. But yeah, I don't necessarily think it would have to, like I said, be on that level. A neutral site game still would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly value.
But if
there.
it
I mean, the experience for the
matters,
athletes
it
is
makes
good
sense.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you have to think through it on a few different levels.
of course. Yeah,
Because I do know every home game that we have here
yeah.
is really good for local businesses and hotels here.
So important.
And the
Yeah.
restaurants and things like that. So
Yeah.
we need to, again, there can be a net positive benefit, but we have to
For
think through
sure.
all of those things.
Yeah. I do think though, having, the larger, usually in the football season we usually play like, bigger school. And I think
Mm-hmm.
playing, UNT this year is going to be amazing. Obviously it's already an away game. So we're not losing any home revenue there, but the fact that there are so many SFA alums
Right.
in the Dallas and Fort Worth area, like we got to capitalize on that somehow, because we've been already getting people asking, like, you know, when are the tickets going to go on sale? Is there going to be a specific SFA section? Is there going to be a SFA tailgate? We're like, we don't know, but hopefully
it's coming, and we're talking,
Yeah.
putting those things together. I think we'll collaborate with the Alumni Association advancement. We're getting information in from UNT on what that would look like, but I would say yes to a tailgate for sure. We're trying to work through those details and where they would put us.
Right.
I don't know when UNT puts their tickets on sale or
I have no idea.
how that will work,
Yeah.
but ideally that our people will all be in the same section,
That would be
which would be fun. But yeah,
Absolutely.
but I agree. Those types of games are really fun, and we have a chance to broaden the brand.
yeah.
It is an away game. It's, you know, an FBS game where we get a little revenue back
But
in.
if it happens right, I mean, it may be an away game, but we have a lot of purple
We
in
do.
Dallas.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You know,
a lot.
a lot of purple. So, I mean, we may sell out of our allotment, to be fair.
That would be,
You know,
that would be fantastic.
The
I
last,
know
yeah.
when they're doing the alumni event, they just did it at the Astros last week.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to that?
I was there. Yeah.
Mhm.
How
yeah.
was it?
Fantastic. I mean, it was.
Besides the Stros.
Yeah, every time we go to the Stros game for the alumni thing, we lose. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I mean, we sold out of our
Sold
But
allotment.
out.
every time we've done those, almost we've sold out.
Yeah,
And we have one at the Rangers in July, right? It's
Yep.
sold out.
I'm pretty sure either it's sold out or close to being sold out.
So
Yeah,
Because like Alex said, we're both on the alumni board, and almost every time we do one, like they'll have to add more sections.
Yeah.
And even then those get
yeah,
sold
I
out.
love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, the giveaway is a big draw. You
Yeah.
know, with the jersey, that's a huge draw. So that's something that obviously it's not like you can go to the UNT game and get a jersey, but that is a huge draw. But at the same time, though, I think just having the game there and not going and playing, you know, 10, 15 hours out of state is a huge win for us. Hold on, we got some people commenting about your question. They allow people to go outside and then return, i.e. food trucks, right? We talked about it, Dennis. Hopefully renew some rivalries.
But it would be nice if they allowed out.
No, I agree. Yeah.
I just sneak it in like that.
Oh, here we go.
Don't tell them.
Renew some rivalries with a trophy like Cato, but something new. Call it the Sabine Showdown. That's not bad. Trophy could be an alligator or something.
I've actually heard that. Like we are talking about what a new trophy would be, and Sean, good job.
That's not bad. It's the Sabine Showdown.
Yeah, you're
like it.
talking to somebody that must be talking to me, because I haven't heard Sabine Showdown, but I heard something tied to Sabine, and somebody did mention it could just be an alligator.
Yeah, the little trophy. I think you put alligator gar or something. But
That's funny. That's even funnier.
yeah, not just alligator, an alligator gar
Oh.
or a bass.
I think the alligator guard would be pretty.
Alligator gar is pretty good. Not gonna lie. Not
Because
gonna lie.
no one like north of the Mason-Dixon lines can know what that is.
Yeah, they're like, is that alligator deformed? No.
You're gonna have to educate me.
Dinosaur?
What is the alligator gar?
It's like a mini alligator that looks like it's crossed with a dinosaur.
It has a really long snoot.
Yeah.
Really long
snout.
snout.
I'll
Really
Google
long
and show you.
snout.
Okay,
Kind of like
we
a
got-
swordfish, you know?
we got
Like,
any other questions?
no, nothing
queued up,
else.
Alexa?
There's nothing on there, but I can chat while you look up the alligator gar. So did you find that already?
Mhm.
Oh man, you're quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's an alligator gar.
Alligator gar.
Mhm.
There was one that was caught. I don't know what river. I don't know if it was Sabine or
That's
somewhere else.
Scary.
But it was like 20.
Holy
Yeah,
moly.
that's how big they can get, or bigger.
Wow.
Could you imagine that as a trophy?
That's why I don't like getting in water that I can't see the bottom of.
Well, that's like those are in lakes and rivers.
Imagine that they could eat me for a snack.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
Goodness.
I love
Okay.
that. So what can people, i.e. the fans, the alums, student athletes, basically all Lumberjack Nation, what can they expect from you as an AD, leadership wise, personally? Are you going to get out there, roll up your sleeves and get dirty? If they need someone to hop in and help sell tickets, like, is that something that you do, or, are you more of like a stand back and supervise?
No, it's
What can we see?
It's an all hands on deck. I mean, it's
Yeah.
This is, somebody said this the other day. College, when you're in college athletics, it's not a job; it's a lifestyle. But it's also a lifestyle for everybody around you, like your family and everybody else, right? So one of the things I love about the job is that you never know fully what the day is going to bring, and you have to be ready to tackle whatever the day brings. That makes it fun. So no, I'm hands on, but I also like to it's hire good people and get out of their way. I'm
You have a
around
good team you can delegate.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, I help solve problems. But, we have people on staff that have full authority to make decisions, solve problems. It
Don't
doesn't
have to
all,
micromanage.
no, not at all.
Love that.
Yeah.
I've shoveled buffalo poop, cleaned things.
Hey, you might have like some cow poop to shovel here, but no buffalo poop.
Buffalo poop.
At West Texas, we have a live mascot, a buffalo that runs out ahead of the football team.
Oh, I love that. Buffaloes are so cute. What's his name?
Thunder is the official name, but then they give it a nickname
Right.
all the way through.
Yeah,
So,
well, because I'm sure every few years you
yeah,
got.
Thunder all the way up. But
Okay.
there was one game
I didn't realize.
the buffalo ran out
Yeah.
and then peeled around and then stopped right in front of the opponents
Just
right at the 50-yard line. So,
I love how it did it right in front of the opponent's bench.
right, and so
She knew what she was doing.
that coaching staff is going crazy. I got a shovel, and then we had to get like all the water bottles from the team and like wash off the turf before they could start the game. So we do it all. In
What a
college
great-
athletics, we do it all.
You do it all. That is
That's
funny.
quite a task.
Oh God. Well, good news here. It's a live mascot, but it's a person.
Yeah.
So I don't foresee
Let's
him.
not do that.
I
Yeah.
don't. That would cause a
And we
national.
usually have the princess potties at the
Yeah.
end zone,
Yeah,
so
that's funny.
they have the nice bathrooms.
Yeah,
So all good.
I really hope that he. That's that would cause a national stir, and that's not the kind of SFA brand we want to push out. No, I don't think so. Yeah. Let's see. What did Sean say? Both work. Just thinking of what's in the Sabine River.
I like that.
There's a lot of stuff in that Sabine River, Sean.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Oh God.
Can we go back on restaurants real quick?
Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
You asked me, but you got what are your top two
Top two?
Here.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Okay.
that I haven't been to?
Well, everybody calls it Jolly Science, but it's El Caliente.
Everybody's
Those are
talking
the
about.
best tacos.
Everybody's
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Highly
Okay.
recommend El Caliente. Just
My favorite food truck is Shawlee's, which is the Indian food truck.
Jolly.
Great.
Yeah, she usually parks either at the brewery, sometimes at the library,
yeah, or at the yoga studio
or at
downtown.
E-Tech. Yeah.
Okay.
But you just follow her on Facebook and she'll post wherever she's at. So yeah, definitely Shawlee's. I'm glad she mentioned Shawlee's, but El Caliente and
Barkeeps is really good. So they have kind of a like Asian fusion thing
I
that
was there
yeah.
last night for
Okay,
the first
go.
time. That was really good.
all their
Nice.
stuff is
Their curry was
amazing.
really good.
Yeah.
The owner Nick is Indian, so
Okay.
yeah, and their chef is amazing.
I
So
had the yellow curry, which was really, really good.
everything that
Yeah.
makes is delightful.
We've already talked about Butcher Boys and Knack Burger, but if you're in the mood to get out of it's not in town, but it's close enough. But if you want to take a little bit of a drive, in Cushing, there's a burger place in Cushing called Alexander Burger Company.
Oh, I haven't had that.
Holy moly, some of the best burgers.
I think that's what Coach Carthel was talking about.
I knew he'd know it. Coach Carthel, you can always guarantee Coach Carthel's going to know about the food. Yeah,
He also has the best tea in town.
he does have the best tea. That's fair. That's totally fair. But yeah, if we're talking about in town, definitely El Caliente, and then I think my other favorite place to go to is I really love going to. I don't get to go as often just because I'm so busy, but right next door to the brewery is the Cottage Wine Bar, and they have it's locally owned, ran, operated, and they have such a cute little out. You gotta go when it's nice, though, like
Yeah.
in the fall and winter, because it's just obviously too hot right now. But they have a really great little outdoor kind of almost looks very parkish back
Yeah.
there.
Cool.
Kind of like a courtyard.
Courtyard.
area. That
and
would be a nice little date night.
it's a date night, definitely kind of
And-
spot. But they have wine, they have beverages of the alcoholic variety. But they also have a really good menu too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all very much like made, prepared, fresh daily. Yeah. But I do love CC Smokehouse. Like their steak is probably one of my
That's
favorites
Okay.
in town. Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Clear Springs is like
Oh!
an old school staple if
Yeah.
you just want like fried
Yeah.
country
Yeah.
food.
And my mom commented she wouldn't let me forget Dolly's Diner.
Oh, Dolly's is the best breakfast in town.
Gotta have Dolly's Diner. Yeah, no, I am so sorry. Dolly, I forgot. The best
If you want to go, don't wait because
I
it will
tried
be
to go
lined
one
up.
time
Yeah.
on Sunday morning and it was not.
No, you gotta
Yeah.
go either before the church
Yeah.
crowd or like later on in the day
Yeah.
on Sunday.
But best breakfast.
Best
Those fluffy pancakes.
Morning, noon, night, doesn't matter. Those
Amazing.
pancakes will be a hit every time.
I had heard that coming in. There's a
Yeah.
former volleyball player that's from Canyon
Yeah.
and I had asked her,
Oh, Dolly's is
Yeah.
where did you like to eat? And Dolly's was the first place.
So
she
yeah,
said.
before Dolly's had Dolly's Diner, she had another place in town,
Old Town
General Store.
and it
That was
sandwiches.
it was
and
just sandwiches and
stuff.
things like that.
Oh,
and
that was great too.
the best.
She still has some of the sandwiches on the menu at Dolly's too. So
But yeah, so she's been a staple in this town for a really long time.
love Dolly.
Love Dolly.
Let's see,
all right.
Food and music.
Yeah, the
We can
best
hang.
thing. The best thing. So to
Bunch of
wrap
covered.
things up, because I know you got to get on the road here soon. What is? I know we've talked a lot about a lot of things today, a lot of different topics. But now's your time. Now's your time to kind of share your message with Lumberjack Nation. I mean, there's 100 people watching eyeballs on this right now.
Okay.
So I know, watch yourself now. So what's your message to Lumberjack Nation? Like, what should we as fans, alums, students,
Or
everybody,
anything that we didn't cover that
Yeah.
you would like to touch on.
now's
or
your
throw
time
out
to
there?
shine, Michael.
No, I would just say, like it's college athletics, right? It's fun. And to be
It should
excited, be supportive, come out. If there are things that you see that we can do better, I'm all ears. We want this to be a great experience for everybody.
Right.
Because we're kind of all in it together. Our students that we recruit here, we recruit because this is such a great place. We have a chance to do something special in front of people. The majority of our fans are alums who were here as well.
Yeah.
And to network and grow and continue this amazing thing that is SFA. So my message is we're about to have a really fun ride over the next 5, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I want you to, I know you're already on board. If you're watching this, you're on board. But spread the word, bring friends. We need to grow our fan base. We need to get more people engaged. And if you have ideas on how we can do that, please feel free to contact me or anybody on staff.
Yeah.
I have an open door policy. You can reach me by phone,
Oh, tell me
email.
that. I'm just kidding. I live
I'm
3
telling
minutes
you.
up the road. Don't tell me that. You'll save me every day.
But
Yeah.
But I want you to be invested in what we're doing in support of the teams and the program and the university. And that doesn't mean necessarily financially.
Yeah.
I want your voices and to come
Yeah.
out and yell and cheer us on and do the things. I mean, there's we had 100, right?
Yeah, 100-ish. Yeah. Yeah.
103 people sitting here together on a
Right.
Friday afternoon talking about the Lumberjacks.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I agree.
really
Let's
cool.
expand that circle.
No, I agree. And I mean, if you want to donate financially, Purple Lights Fund.
That's
For sure.
right.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
what
that
I
is there. That is there. But just know that there are other ways to be involved with athletics
supporting.
and support other
Yeah.
than financially. I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't have the extra money. Well, maybe neither do I. But I do what I can. But there's things you can do. Showing up, buying season tickets, being supportive, everything.
Inviting others to come.
Yeah.
And I would also say this: we're going to change some things and be patient with some of the
I
changes.
think
Everything
that's good to say.
everything that we change is not necessarily going to work.
Yeah.
We'll mess around with technology and promotions and in-game stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe some stuff on broadcast. It's not all going to work, but we're going to try and
Sure,
refresh
yeah.
things and
Trial and error.
and definitely get more students out of games. So I think the energy, everybody like feeds off of the energy students
Totally.
can bring.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
So there's so many great traditions here, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the purple lights lit up and
Yeah.
the axe handles banging on the
Yeah,
board.
yeah. A small little note. I helped paint the lights at the top of Steen when I was a
Nice.
student here.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like
That
it.
was a hot day. Let me tell you that.
That was.
Yeah, I know. But no, I totally agree with everything you just said. The main thing is patience. I think that's really important. I know a lot of Lumberjack fans, because I mean myself included, we're eager to see what the everybody's called the McBroom era is going to bring us. But I think, he's only been here 5 weeks. People, we got to give him a little bit of time to dig in and really take a good, 30,000 look at the program and see what needs to be added to that Christmas list for this year and next year.
With that being said,
Yeah.
we've hit the ground running,
Yeah.
and once we once we know what a decision should be and we vetted it, we're going to go ahead and make the decision and move forward.
Yeah.
But the facilities piece, that's,
That's the
we can't fix all of that in 1 year. But if we
Right.
get a
No.
plan going
Yeah.
forward and step by step, we'll be able to do that. But what we can do
Yeah.
is enhance the experience, do more things on campus with students while we're doing the big picture items. So we're going to do those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Well,
Thank you so much
yeah,
for
this has
joining
been
us
great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and sharing a little about yourself and your goals and everything that we've been asking.
Yeah,
for.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
people, this obviously will be very helpful to a lot of people who are watching, too, because like you said, people don't have patience or they're just unsure of the unknown.
Yeah.
And so whenever they hear, oh, we're going back to the Southland or rejoining the Southland, they freak out because they think it's the same. And so I think kind of squashing some of those stereotypes and negative
Misconceptions.
the great word is
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, and I think on that point, college athletics changes so rapidly.
It's been
All the
changing.
time. It's
Have it.
The
completely
past 5 to
dynamic,
10
yeah.
years, it's been an absolute wild west.
I mean, perfect example. What if we had gone to the Pac-10, Pac-12 at the time?
Oh,
That's changed.
it's gone.
Right? It's changed.
Yeah.
So, I would on the note of the Southland.
yeah.
I think they would just need to have open eyes, see what the new Southland's about.
I think so too.
Some things certainly will be the same in terms of competition and places we go, but some things are going to be very different. And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I believe it's a much better move in place for us,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a chance to do something special. Focus on the things that we need to focus on here, and without the distraction of what's our conference going to look like next year.
Yeah.
Totally. And the main thing, it's the same. One big
No.
league.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Absolutely.
that's it.
Man, yeah, no, we appreciate
Thanks for
this.
having me.
Absolutely, no, we appreciate this so much, and hopefully this is just the first of many times we get to chat
I hope
and
so,
talk.
yeah.
I know, yeah,
Brainstorm.
absolutely, yeah. We
Yeah.
a
Give
meeting
you
of
our
the minds.
No, let's do that.
Yeah.
That'll be when we get into
Focus
some of the
groups.
stuff.
Pencil it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be focus groups all the time on campus.
Yeah.
Revamp that.
Yeah, we're gonna bring those
Add
back.
that to the list.
Add that to the.
This is kind of like a focus
It
group
is,
right
it
here.
is,
We get
no.
the feedback going, like
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, no, I think it's good.
I've got to look at concessions. I know that. So
Yeah.
we'll look at that. Talk with Chartwells on what we can do that's unique. I like to have like something unique.
Yeah,
I will
If
be
we
your
have-
number one focus group on that. I'll
If
give
we
you all my
have,
thoughts.
if we have a product that you can only get,
We
Yeah.
also need
Palmer
funnel
rice or the
cakes
college
back.
thing, but I do love the
That's my
funnel cake.
favorite snack from a concession stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as long as there's purple lights in the stands, I'm good. That too. As long as I got the purple lights in the stands, then my job is done. I'm good to go.
It'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. All right. So thank you everyone for listening. If you're just now tuning in and missed the first half, don't worry. You can always go back and watch it on YouTube or on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be posting the audio on Spotify and all the other podcast listening platforms. We appreciate you all so much as always, and stay tuned because yes, we will be hopefully getting Chris Grant and company on our podcast soon. The SLC guys and gals are extremely excited to have SFA join the conference, and so are we. So thank you guys, and I'll remember Axe and Jax
With Alex and Jax.
and Michael.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Let me end it. Oh.